In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the concentric circle mandala. I'm also going to show you a trick for your protractor. Sometimes these are just a little loose in the mechanism, so when you try to tamp it down, your pencil's still loose. So put your pencil where you want it, and if you flip it this way, all the way up, the little holder, and take a piece of tape and just wrap it around tightly. It'll hold it in tightly. Now I've got my pencil there, a little bit too long. I want it about the same length as the point of the compass. So the concentric circle mandala is really simple. All you need to do is draw more circles at whatever distance you want out from your center. So this is about the distance that I did for my big circle, so I'm going to just notch this in, and you can do it by looking at the lines on your compass if you want to be precise in your distances apart, or you can just decide where to put it. So I'm just keeping my center in, and then I'm going to actually move my paper because I like to do that. And you can see I might have to correct my line a little bit, but it's okay because I'm going to draw on this later, and I have an eraser since I'm using a pencil. You can also put a pen in here if you want to use particular, like a colored pen or something like that. So now I'm going to notch this down a little further, and I'm going to put my thing back in the center. I'm actually going to put it on top of another paper so it gives me a little more, and I'm going to just do another circle. And again a little further. And I'll probably sharpen my pencil before I use it again for another mandala, and a little further. And I'm going to make a really close one because I want a little center one. So now you can see I have all of these circles, and I can clean them up if I want because they're really just for a guideline anyway. I can take my pencil and correct them, and then I can start to draw whatever patterns I want with my circles. So I'm going to do these little baby kind of half oval petals. In this one I'm going to do pointy petals. And I'm just doing this freehand. You can measure if you want and decide that they're where to put them. I am hoping that they're going to come out, and I trust the process, and usually it's pretty good like that. I might put dots in the center of them. Usually your mandala is worked from the center out, but that's not completely required. You can decide to work out in if you'd like. You can go across your circles if you want. And maybe out here I'm going to put a flower. And I might do more of those, but I might not. I might do something completely different on this side. So you get the idea. You can also do things like just lines and decide to change your direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 7. And just use them to fill the space. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just keep going with that idea all the way around. But you can see it could be anything you want. I might do like this star pattern on my 4 bisecting lines and add some little petals. I might decide to fill space with some dots. That's something that I actually like to do and I find very calming and sort of meditational. So I tend to do that in my drawings. So you get the idea. You can add whatever design elements you like all along. Maybe a little sideways one, or one that looks like a wave. Actually, oh, there we go. Anyway, you get the idea. You can do this all in one color, or you can go back, do some elements and go back and add color and color in all the things that you have drawn. This is something you can come back to day after day. So the concentric circle one's very simple and anyone can do it. Have fun.